let's talk about how you got to Wintrust. And when you walked in the door, what did you have walking in the door? Did you have a model? Did you have a team? What were you thinking?
Sure. So we had gotten introduced to Wintrust a number of years back when they were a much smaller organization, and had kind of gone a different direction, and that different direction being AIG, and had a very good run there. But post financial crisis, the whole outlook for AIG changed. Their things changed, and we kind of redirected our business model to help them. But during that time period, from 2012, 13, 14, we could see a change happening at AIG, and we knew that we probably needed to do something different. Okay, and we had lost a sponsor there, and so a few of us started talking about, the market looks good for us to get back into what our true core competency is middle market, large ticket equipment finance and leasing. We just saw a real opportunity there. So there was a group of four of us that started having some conversations around this. And so we started putting a model together, and we were fortunate because that team included Jeff Darlington, who is our CFO, phenomenal numbers guy, a lot of experience, and included Paul Hollauer on the credit side and his background, and Joe Thompson from the capital markets and sales side. So we were working through this model and looking for a home, and we knew the PE model wasn't so much for us. The insurance model, we've been there, but and we talked to a few insurance companies, but long story short is we were talking to some banks and looking for banks that, needed a fit. Well, lo and behold, I got a phone call one day asking about our old AIG portfolio. And as the conversation went along, I said, you don't need a portfolio, you need a team. And I have a team. And so that was in the fall of 14. We flew to Chicago, we met with senior management, and when we walked in, we had a book. And that book had our financial model, had our business plan. I mean, again, because we've been doing this for, over 20 years. We had worked together. We knew where the opportunity was. So we literally walked in and said, here's the business we want to build. And again, quite honestly, if you go back and when I look at that, we called it Project Phoenix, Rising from the Ashes. But when we go back and review that business model, we've tracked fairly closely to what we laid out over 5 years ago. It's really been uncanny on how that was. But so we walked in the door and launched it in April of 15, and we knew, with four of us, we knew who the first team members were going to be, when we built the plan. And so, once we got the doors open and the shingle out and started advertising the positions just as we expected, those individuals, said, hey, they wanted to be a part of it. And so that's really how we got launched. And we got launched on card tables and cell phones and, hotspots and it was pretty exciting
So you
stuff.
started with zero assets.
No assets.
And 2014, was it late 2014?
2015. We actually launched in April of 2015.
Okay, so here we are, complete 5 years later. Are you permitted to share what your total origination volumes are? Probably in a range, either 19 or maybe 20, or what your assets are and a number of people.
Yeah. So, we should probably end the year somewhere around 1.4 billion in assets. Originations this year should be north of 700 million.
Okay.
We've had a phenomenal 2020. On the people side, I think we are at 49 headcount now.
Okay. And out of the 49, how many would you classify in the sales organization?
About half.